Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Paaaarty. Today I have a video for you guys that I kind of been thinking if I should do it or not do it, and I decided what the heck, just might as well go ahead and film it. It is something a little different than what I normally do on my channel, and I don't see a lot of this type of video out there in YouTube. I know they exist, I just haven't seen anything recently, at least not by any of the subscribers or by the YouTubers that I subscribe to. Basically a video on what type of makeup that you should wear for an interview, for a work interview. And we all know that for a work interview, you want to make sure that you look very professional, very put together, but you don't want to go too glam or too far out there. You just want something that looks simple, but yet, you know, looks nice and polished. So in the video, I'm also going to go ahead and give you some tips as well, just some things that I feel that has worked for me. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the tutorial. If you enjoyed my channel, make sure that you subscribe. Also, if you like this type of video, give it a thumbs up. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into the video. So I have already prepped my skin. I went in with my Magic Lumi. This is by Loreal. And I'm just going to go ahead and get into the rest of the face. If you see a little bit of a mess here, it's just all my makeup laid out, so it's easy access. I don't have a lot of room, so it's kind of like all crammed in one side. So I'm sorry about that. And yeah, let's go ahead and let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my foundation. As I said, I already prepped my skin with a primer and already hydrated prior to that. So I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in the shade Natural Buff. Looks like this. And the reason that I like to use this one is because I don't feel this is completely full coverage, at least not for me. I'm not going to go super heavy-handed with it. I'm just going to kind of lightly apply this all over my face, just to give it kind of like an even canvas. I don't want anything super full coverage or super cakey, right? Something a little bit more of a natural finish. So you guys have probably seen in my recent videos, I've been using this brush a lot. I absolutely love this brush for foundation. Not so much for contour, but I have used it for contour and it works fine. It's just, I prefer it for foundation. Okay. I go ahead and go with my concealer, and also I want to go very light-handed with the concealer. Just want to make sure that I have a little bit of coverage, but I don't want any cakiness, nothing too. So I'm just going to dab it in triangular shape down. Okay. And I have a little bit of dark areas around here, so I'm going to get those areas. Just to lighten that up. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape, or Tarte Beauty Sponge, basically. I'm going to go in with my Dior Skin Nude Air Powder, and like this. And this is in the shade Medium Beige. I'm just going to take a really big fluffy brush. I'm just going to pat that in. One of the tips that I have for you guys for going into an interview, as I stated before, you want to make sure that your makeup is very neutral. The same thing applies to your nails. One of the trends right now is having like the oval nails with really bright colors and bling and all that. For an interview, you want to make sure you go in with very neutral nails, no bling, no bright colors, nothing that's going to capture attention. I'll be using my Juvia's Place, the Nubian by Juvia's Place palette. Looks like this, and it's full of all warm tones and just really pretty. Okay, so for the eyeshadows, I want to go ahead and start on this shade that's right here. It's just kind of like a matte neutral shade, and I want to go ahead and dust this all over my crease and my upper crease area. And just lightly blend everything. Let me go ahead and zoom you guys in a little bit more so you guys can see. guys, is your hair. When you're going to interview, you want to make sure that your hair is pulled away from your face, whether it's in a ponytail. I think it looks a lot more professional when you have your hair pulled back. I'm going to go back into the Juvia's palette, and I'm going to go ahead and go in with this shade that's right here. And this one is just a little bit of shimmer, but it's nothing too much, right? Nothing too major. And I'm just gonna put this all over my lid. Just more of warm tone shades, but you can definitely go in with neutral, cool tone shades if you want something that's within like mauves or gray tones. You can definitely do that as well. They still look pretty and neutral and not too out there, but you know, there's some people that just don't like warm tones, so that's another option that you have as well without going in with too much color. Keep it very neutral, but you also want to look like you took the time to put yourself together. I think it says a lot about a person when a person goes into an interview and they look very polished and very put together versus those that don't really take the time. You know, keep in mind that when you're going into an interview, that's your time to sell yourself, right? I'm very much a believer that, you know, first impressions are, for me, in my opinion, are very important. You want to make sure that when you give that first impression, it's a good one. Just basically going in with the same shades that I used in my crease, and I'm going back in there and just deepening it up little by little. And I don't want anything too harsh, so I don't want anything smoky. You know, something just light and neutral. I'm going to go ahead and highlight my brow bone, and for that I'm going to use this shade from Too Faced. It's this one here, and this shade is called Feeling Good. And just a neutral bone tone kind of shade. And again, I've already done my eyebrows, so we just want to utilize this to highlight the area. The lower lash line, I'm going to go in with the same palette, but this time I'm going to go in with the more of the chocolatier shade. That's this one right here. If you guys can see. Go back into that first shade right here, and I'm going to use that just to kind of blend everything underneath out. Now for the liner, I don't want to wing out my liner. I don't want anything too, again, I'm going to keep it very neutral as far as the liner, just a little bit smudge on the upper lash line, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to use the Tarte Tartiest. This is the bronze clay paint liner. And I'm going to use my NARS 38 brush, eyeliner brush. Usually I go a little bit thinner on the line. But let's see, let me get in closer so you guys can see. Okay. For the waterline, I'm going to go in with the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner, and this is in the shade Get Paid. Just really pretty bronzy tone. And you can go with a nude, you can go with a white. I kind of refrain from the black liner, but for an everyday look. But this one is very neutral, and yet it has a little bit of color. So if you're feeling like you want to go in with some color, this is a very good alternative. Mascara. You definitely can go in with falsies if that's an option, if that's something that you feel comfortable wearing falsies on an everyday basis. you can certainly do so. I do recommend going with a more natural type of falsie, nothing too big and fluffy. I mean, just something very natural. I know that there's the Ardell Demi Wispies that are perfect for that type of thing, because they're very wispy, they're very natural looking, but yet you do have the false lash on, so that is definitely an option. Just try to opt out for something a little bit more on the natural side. And this mascara is the Lancome Hypnosis mascara, and I'm loving this mascara. I've been using it non-stop recently. Okay, so we are done with the eyes. And I know this lighting makes me look a little bit washed out, so you probably can't really see the colors too much, but it is a very pretty, kind of a golden mustardy color on the crease, and then just a very neutral shimmer shadow on the lid. Very nice. So now to finish up the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with my Tartiest Pro Glow to Go, and I'm going to use this just to kind of warm up my skin, kind of like a brown bronzer. Okay, for my blush, I'm going to go in with my Tarte blush and Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Paaaarty. Looks like this. With a highlighter, and again, the highlighter is also one thing that I want to maintain neutral and very soft. So what I'm going to use is the Essence Pure Nude highlighter, and this is in the shade Be My Highlight. Looks like this. And it's a very pretty, subtle, glow from within type of a highlighter. As you can see, it's not in your face kind of a glow, but you have a little bit of a glow. Okay, the next thing you want to do is go in with a lip liner. I'm going to be using the I Am Stoppable by Real Her. Looks like this. Just a very neutral, warm tone type of a shade. That I want to use for this look is going to be the Aquarius. It's the ColourPop Lippy Stick in the shade Aquarius. Looks like this. Very neutral. Again, you want to make sure that you have very neutral everything. I love the formula of these lippy sticks from ColourPop. They're amazing. They are amazing. So this is the final look. This is kind of like my go-to look for an interview. So I'll give you guys a little bit of close-up. I'm just going to quickly recap some of the tips for you guys. The first tip that I have is maintaining your makeup as minimal, but not so minimal that it doesn't look like you have any. Just make sure that your colors are within the neutrals, whether it's the warm tone neutrals or the cool tone neutrals, whichever you prefer. The highlight, you want to make sure it's a natural highlight, nothing too beaming, nothing too bam in your face type of highlight. We all know, we all like those as well, but this is more appropriate for an interview, and it just gives that nice healthy glow without being too much. Another tip that I mentioned for you guys is your nails. You want to make sure that your nails is also nice, clean, polished nails. You don't want to go with nails looking like mine. because they are terrible. I bite my nails very bad, and I've been meaning to get them done. I just haven't had the time. So you want to go in with your nails, nice manicure nails, get them done, get a gel, you know, glue on some press on. I have a tutorial on how to do press on nails as well. I'll link it down below if you want to see it. Make sure your colors are neutral as well, a light pink, a light white type of shade, a taupey, nudie, whatever you want to call it. Just make sure that they're nice and light color shades for your nails, and that you don't have a lot of bling and decorations going on your nails. As far as the hair, make sure that you have something that is pulled back, whether it's a ponytail, whether it's a bun, whether it's a braid like what I'm wearing today, which is kind of a messy braid, but it's a braid, right? And as you can tell, I'm a fan of having ponytails or my hair back, because I like you to be able to see my face, my expression, right? And this is the same thing for an interview. You can do a higher ponytail, a low ponytail. If you're adamant in having your hair loose, then make sure that you have your hair loose, but then you pin the sides to the back, so that way. That's pretty much what I have for you guys. I hope you find this useful. These are just, again, some of my tips for you guys for watching. Again, don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked my video, and leave your comments down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I do have social media. I have Twitter, which is aimeeoglam, and I also have an Instagram, which is Paaaarty, which is the same as my YouTube name. I don't know if you guys noticed, I've been changing my YouTube name just because I didn't seem to like anything that I put on there, but this is what it's gonna stay as. So yeah, make sure you follow me on social media, and I will include all the products that I used in this video in the description box down below. I'll include also some links on where you can purchase these items. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.